team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tar Heels offense takes the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's the first sack of the day, but I'll tell you what, this team's been doing it so far throughout the season. They're in the top 10 in sacks for a reason. They pin their ears back, and they get after quarterbacks.
Thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Trying play action. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Reese. Here comes the heat. Hauls it in. Tackle was made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Tar Heels will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it. In so many different ways, he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly to the tight end. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. To the air, it's Moss. Throws toward the end zone. Gets it in there for the touchdown. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved Get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
See, I like this tight end because he's not just running flat routes and little stick routes and drags. This guy can get vertically down the field. He showed you his speed there running the crosser.
He's got an open man. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll leave it with him. There he goes. Crosses midfield. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. From the gun, the running back has it. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Got his man to the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking for a man. It's Reese. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Caught over the middle. It's Crosby. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Terrell. Breaks into the open. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the gun, running back gets the give. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield is Terrell. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And how about this young fella who's slinging the pill, man? His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Judovsky. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Here's the handoff. Finding an escape route. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And this offense is built behind this guy. I mean, a guy that you can hand the football to consistently and expect positive yards all day long, all game long. Now he's over 100 yards on the day.
Complete to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Reads it, fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll move the tight end. To the air, it's Moss. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Just keep slinging it. Puts it out of the air. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. A sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On fourth down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on fourth.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. The Tar Heels decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to take off, looking for room at the 25. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. Back to throw, it's Moss. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop.
You'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. A strike downfield. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Trudowski. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got his man quickly. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved the touchdown. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Trying to surge it in. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. And he's in for the touchdown. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. That's caught. It's Terrell. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Tar Heels want to move quickly. To throw, it's Reese. Makes the grab. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Got it in the middle, it's Terrell. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking the shot. And he reels it in inside the 30. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Turning it on. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the stick. We'll get a quick breather. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to throw it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to throw. It's Reese. And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting a sack. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll run this play from the pistol. Off play action on first down. Fires on the move. On target to the left. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself with the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Judowski. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Zings it complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Leaves it with the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Moss. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that lead grows even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Quarterback empties his backfield. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
And he makes the grab along the sidelines, but a little too close to the sidelines. He's out of bounds. It's incomplete, and it's fourth down. The kick is on its way. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Let's see what they've got on second. To the ground with the back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Right back to the well. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for two out to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to pass, it's Moss. Fires to the right. Zips it out to his man. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. They're going back to the ground. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Quick strike complete. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Runs through the tackle. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And he affects his defense with the scrambles. Another 1st down and yet another big gain.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape scramble and go pick up the 1st down. That is a killer. If you're the defensive coordinator, you've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
Well, at this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
To the air, it's Reese. Finds the tight end.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them instead. Close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Dropping back, it's Moss. Makes the grab down the middle. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week.
There he goes. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
Headed to the end zone, and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Running back searching for a hole. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense. And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Perkins. Snagged out of the air. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking for a deep man. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much.